And now, a word from our sponsor.
Hey, I'm Alan Partridge. Love my listeners, hate cancer. So listen up, guys. I'm not going to muck about. You know the drill. Check your balls, check the inside of your bum. Message over. Back to the pod. Cheers.
And I thought to myself, oh, fuck, a burglar. And then I thought, oh, fuck, I've got nothing to hit him with. So I thought, well,
Jesus Christ, what the hell was that? Good afternoon and welcome, and apologies to my regular viewers. I will be talking about Strange New Worlds, the Orville and Obi-wan. But fear, so it probably won't interest you. But fear not, my friends, because I'm going to make it entertaining anyway, so it doesn't really matter what I'm talking about, because there's got to be lots of profanity and dick jokes, so don't worry about it. Right, so This is in response to my colleague, the fantastic Mr. fucking Fox. Jesus Christ. You stole my fucking thunder, by the way, because I was going to do this first. Yeah, I still haven't forgiven you for taking those Pearl and Dean things, you twat. Right. Boom, boom. Right, let's get on. Right. So let's talk about the Orville. The Orville is back. Praise Jesus, by the gods of science fiction, and all that. Right, so let's have a general chat about the Orville. The Orville is superior on every fucking level, right? As opposed to the fucking arse-scratching apes who write the fucking Star Trek. Fucking Star Trek, it's awful. I mean, even the newest effort, Strange New Worlds, is still awful. It just appears to be better. I mean, it's still a fucking gorilla in a fucking wig with fucking lipstick on, but it just looks better than fucking STD, because it hasn't got a finger up its arse. Anyway, so the Orville is back, thank Christ. And the special effects are really great. And especially like the engineering is on a much bigger scale. But it kind of got me thinking, this is the difference with the Orville and New Trek crap, is that when it was on the other series, when it was on before the other series, it was like, it was much smaller, and it was much, and you accepted that because it was a TV show. It's not a fucking, film, and that was fine. But it served its purpose, and the show didn't need to rely on Flash, because but now it's on a bigger scale. It's a nice touch, but it's not a necessity, as opposed to Strange New Worlds, which it's a style over substance as far as I'm concerned. And you can actually see the special effects in this show, wink, wink, because the rest is... I mean, the only way it was fucking watchable was to take it into VLC and turn the brightness up. And even then it didn't look that good. Right, for my friends who don't know, there's a robot on the show, he's called Isaac, alright? And before, his outfit wasn't really that flashy, because it's a man in a suit. Sorry, kids, but, there we are. But it was like a homage to like those 70s shows, I mean, there was enough quality to it, didn't look crap, but it was kind of like a neat. But now they've really updated it. He's looking a bit like RoboCop. And in fact, there was a bit in the program where they did a homage to RoboCop, which I thought was quite neat. Again, they took an issue, in this case suicide. It's done so fucking well. This is what writing is about. This is how you craft a fucking interesting story. And I'm telling you now, right, this is the simple fact. the reason this show probably isn't doing as well as the other Star Trek is because most of the people who watch these shows are fucking morons. Okay? They're morons. They spend most of their time on their fucking tablets and their fucking phones. It's like one arsehole said, he subscribed to whatever ST fucking D's on, but he spends most of his time on his phone because you're a Mogadon. You're a fucking cretin, you twat. Anyway, so basically, this robot is on the ship, and the long and the short of it is, he's like his race want to wipe out humanity, and he was put on the ship to observe, but ultimately he turned against them and helped us, and it was bloody good. But they didn't deal with the issue, the last series, for the last couple of episodes, which I thought was clever. So they kind of gave it a bit of space just to percolate down. And now they're dealing with the aftermath of this battle because these arseholes attacked Earth. But he's still on the ship. And a lot of people don't want him there, understandably. And they've got this new character on the ship. She's called Charlie. I don't know if you... I mean, Is she likeable? Possibly. But it doesn't matter because at least she's got a fucking character. She's got two modes other than angry and angrier. Like that, like this fucking obnoxious bitch on this strange new world. She's called Lan Khan. Yeah. She's Khan's granddaughter. Yeah, right. So Spock never mentioned that he served... Yeah, okay. Write your way out of that way, Kurtzman. Oh, wait, I forgot you can't. You've got special needs. So you can't write it. So from now on, I'm just going to call her Lank, okay? Because she is wank. Right. So, so if you juxtapose the character of Charlie, who lost a friend in this battle, and the character of Lank, who's on this strange new world. Lank spends all the time pissing and she's got a face like a slapped ass. Charlie lost a friend in the battle. You can understand her anger. But this Lank is like, she's insubordinate, she's moody, she's not likable at all. I don't think that's going to fucking change. And yet, with Charlie, you can appreciate her point of view. And she is she's borderline insubordinate, but she doesn't cross the line. She says no to the captain when he's ordered to help this. Yeah, I won't get into the specifics, but she doesn't cross that line. Whereas this bitch on Strange New Worlds, all she ever does is fucking huff and puff. I wouldn't have her on at my fucking bridge. I tell her to fucking smile. Oh, you're not allowed to... I don't give a fuck. Put a fucking smile on your face, you cunt, or get off my bridge. All right? There we go. Fucking arsehole. Yeah. And even the captain on the Orville calls her out on the bullshit. It's like, we all lost people, Charlie. Get over it, But it was really well done. And it just goes to show, this is what quality writing is versus crap writing. And I'd say Kurtzman, take notes, but there's no point because he's a retard. So he hasn't got the skill to write this well. Anyway, am I being overly harsh? No. The Orville is like a fucking breath of fresh air. It's like a fine wine, and I'm so glad to see it back. And while I presume the new Star Trek probably has more money, I don't know what they're pissing it away on. Probably virtue signaling, probably. Because the Orville just looks and feels so much better. The Orville is like coming home, whereas Strange New Worlds is like going for a rather unpleasant root canal surgery. Horseshit. By the way, I ain't going to be watching any more. I'm fucking done with that shit. Alright? The Orville, I mean, the episodes are memorable. And like I said, it dealt with a complicated issue with suicide. And it was really thoughtful. And, they dealt with it in an open way, looked at both sides, without forcing it down their throat. Whereas Strange New World, just like anything to do with Trump bad. Look. Okay, the cards on the table. I think Trump is a prick. Okay? But he's better than that fucking kiddie fiddler, fucking Biden. You know, and I think he was better for the country. Oh, you can't say that. I just did. You know why? Superior fucking intelligence. Go fuck yourself. All right. I know I'm using a lot of f-bombs in this, and you say, "Oh, that's not the sign of intelligence." Well, I could talk like this. I could talk cultured. I could wax lyrical and soliloquize about the Orville and the STD. You know, like a fine wine. Like, why the fuck should I talk like that? Who the fuck talks like that? Apart from Prince Charles. Oh, he's going to be our new king. What a wank stain he is. Oh, I got big ears. Yeah, you're also a cunt, Charles. Fuck off. Right. What we doing? Yeah. So suicide. That's a laugh. Yeah. Anyway, yeah. So on Strange New Worlds, that's the new Star Trek series that I'm talking about. Right. So you try and keep up. Right. So there are certain characters who are very good. You know, I mean, the captain. I like him. The guy who plays Spock. No, doesn't have the gravitas. I mean, the guy who played Spock they did a series of fan productions. That he was better than this guy. He's got a good voice though, but he just doesn't have any gravitas to him. You know, Strange New Worlds. You know, I like certain characters, but to me, it kind of comes across like someone who's trying to write and get their homework in on time, who doesn't have any interest in the subject matter and just wants to basically take a dump on his page and hand that in. Whereas the Orville is completely different. They care about what they're doing. They care about what they're writing. I tell you what, and there's a big fucking difference with that. It makes the world of fucking difference. I've been watching some fan films on YouTube, Star Wars, and they're fucking amazing. And I'll have to, if anybody's interested, I can put up the links. But there's one I watched recently about Boba Fett, and there was another one that was like a cross between Predator with Bosk. It was fucking great. It was 16 minutes long, and it was far superior to anything that Disney has recently expelled. Yeah. Right. So, okay. So I've talked about suicide. Always a laugh, and we can always have a laugh about suicide. Yeah. Okay. So it feels like so it does. Yeah. Okay. So I've done that one. Right. So what else do I talk about? Yeah. So okay. So here's another classic example of what I mean. Why this new Star Trek is bullshit. Right. You find they do a lot of things that obviously were suggested by someone with brain damage, and that was really clever. But then when you think about it, you apply a modicum of brain power to the actual issue. You just think this is fucking stupid. So at the end of this particular episode I watched, these aliens decide to join the Federation, and they decide to fly the flag at the end. They're in space, mind you, and at the end they pull up the flag, and it's this wonderful moment. And on the surface you think, oh, that's quite cool. But then you think about it, you think, well, where the fuck do they get the flag from? I mean, there's no Poundland in space. And also, why are they flying a fucking flag? They're in space, not on a fucking galleon, for Christ's sake. This is what I mean. This is writing for fucking morons, all right? And I got to be honest. And I know you're watching, Martin. You know that's probably why you're hiding behind the Fox avatar. See, I can do posh words as well. Avatar. You know, I don't need an avatar because I'm a complete cunt. No, you know, I got to be honest with you, mate. But I kind of look at you in the same way as I look at someone like my little goddaughter, and she says she's seen fairies at the bottom of the garden. I mean, I kind of like, yeah, okay, but secretly I'm thinking, you're fucking mad. Anyway. Right, so moving on. So the music of Strange New Worlds, I've got to be honest with you, that's actually improved dramatically. I was quite impressed with the music. But the Orville in particular, I didn't recognise because the last couple of series, it was a guy called Bruce Broughton, and they've had John Debney, and they did a lot of film scores in the 80s. And I was like, oh, who the hell is this guy? Kevin Kinsker or someone. Never heard of him, but it really did a good job with the music. I'll definitely get the soundtrack when that comes out. I'd like to have had seen more of a character. Basically, again, for those who haven't seen the Orville, I recommend it. But there's a character on there called Bortus, who's basically the Klingon of the show. I would have liked to have seen more of him, but there we are. We've got plenty of time to see more of him. But I think I'm done with it. Just throwing this out there. I think I'm done with Strange New Worlds. I mean, I've seen 5 episodes now. It's okay, mediocre at best. And then you get this thing. They say, oh, they're trying so hard to. They're trying so hard. What more do you want? I didn't ask them to try. I didn't ask them to try hard. I didn't ask them to do anything. As far as I'm concerned, it's like I've gone into a restaurant that I've been going to for the last 30 years. The last time I went there, I was hit with a cricket bat, smacked across the head, given a fucking horse shit on a plate, covered in maggots, and told that I was in the wrong for not wanting to eat it. I've left. I've gone back and been told I'm never going to be hit again. But they're still expecting me to eat a dog turd with chips on the side, and I'm the bad guy because they're making an effort. No, you've lost me. You're done, you wankers. I mean, the only way I'm going to come back to this Star Trek is if you, Kurtzman, and the rest of your fucking circus of horrors, fuck off. I'm not coming back. I'm not coming back and watching you wanker. No fucking way. Not only you've beaten me up, you've cost me time, you've tried to feed me horse shit, and then told me that I'm the one in the wrong. I mean, that's abuse. And now I come back to your restaurant, which is under new management, but it's still serving dog shit with chips. Nah, I'll pass. Thanks very much. Yeah. Oh, but we're making an effort. I don't care. The only effort I'm interested in is you packing your bags, fucking off to fucking Narnia with the rest of you cunts. Alright? I ain't fucking interested. Alright? So you're not making an effort. You're not doing it for me. If the only reason you're in any position to try and win me back, and by me I mean the fans you've pissed off, is probably because you're in the shit. That's your problem. They'll stop making fucking Star Trek. Well, they're not making Star Trek now. So I don't give a shit if they stop making it. I want them to stop making it. So that's that argument fucking killed. But the Orville is far superior. So if Kurtzman and all gets fired, good. Obi ends up on the street, and Obi gets raped by a Doberman. Fuck him. But I think this wasn't what did it for me. But in the last episode of Strange New Worlds, there was a bit where Chapel slapped Spock. Nah, sorry. I mean, besides the fact that, if he'd done that to her, there would have been hell up. But I'm sorry. That's crossing the fucking line. I'm not doing that. Nah. Done with that. Not having that. So, although I was going to stop watching it anyway, it's a good enough place for me to stop, You don't get to hit Spock. Nah. And I mean, Dr. Nurse Chapel, she's now a cock-teasing slut. You've got Lank, who I mentioned before, who is, wank, with a face like a slapped ass. And then you've got that, and that pathetic attempt at playing games. Oh, there's this bit in this latest episode of Strange New Worlds where the first officer and this character, Lank, who if she did smile, her face would crack and fall off, They decide that there's these games on so they've got the ship to themselves, so they thought, we'll play these games. Oh, isn't that nice? They're humanising them. You can't humanise cardboard characters, all right? But it just exemplified to me how unprofessional they are. Because they're either snarking at the captain, they're snarking at him, or they're carrying on with this childish shit, There's no way in hell any of them would get into Starfleet. Oh, it's only a TV show. Well, no, it's not only a TV show. I mean, a lot of people have invested a lot of time, money, and energy into this. If I wanted to watch the Star Trek equivalent of Dude, Where's My Car, I'd watch that. But I'm not going to. Do you want to know why? Because I've got a triple-digit IQ. Bullshit. And what's with all the females on the brow? Say all females on the bridge. I mean, I'm assuming that thing with the shaved head is a female. I don't know what the fuck guys. Oh, you're not supposed to use it. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a shit about your fucking pronouns. I don't care. Oh, you know, fuck off. I'm smarter than you. Get stuffed. Right, you know. And all the characters, apart from the captain, all the men who are on this fucking ship, they're all weaklings. Apart from the captain. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so another news flash, you guys as well. I'm giving up on fucking Obi-Wan as well. I've seen 2 episodes. I'm not going to bother with the third, and here's why. Because they've done the same fucking shit. They've turned Obi-Wan into a fucking coward. Okay, yes, I get he's not going to be particularly effervescent about what he's gone through, but they could have done it in such a they could have explored how he's got PTSD. They could have done without doing what they've done. He's still a Jedi. I don't believe he's going to act the way he does, you know. And you know, I think the thing which finished it for me, the reason I'm knocking it on the head, is because apparently in the 3rd episode he faces Vader badly, you know, and it's like, nah, you know, it's clearly established in the first fucking film that was the first time they met. Okay, you know, we can engage in mental I don't want to engage in mental gymnastics. I don't want to engage in gymnastics of any kind. You know, the fact of the matter is, it was established in A New Hope that the last time they'd seen each other, you know, it was strongly implied that the last time that they'd seen each other was when fucking Obi-Wan turned Anakin into a shish kebab and left him on Mustafar, alright? You know, so I'm done with that. And now we get to the pièce de résistance, the character of Reva. Well, basically, you know, there's a character on this show. She plays an Inquisitor, and she's played by a black lady, and she's completely uninteresting, completely obnoxious, has 2 modes, angry and angrier. Now, if I was casting for Mystery Men 2 and I wanted someone to play Mrs. Furious, she'd be perfect. But otherwise, she's crap, all right? She's absolute crap. And it's got nothing to do with her all-over body tan. She's crap. She's a crap character. She's a non-character. If they were casting this show years ago, they would have picked someone. They would have had her as an interesting-looking alien. Instead, they cast this petulant black woman who's pissed off with Obi-Wan for some fucking reason. I don't know. Probably didn't play fucking Parcheesi with her or something like that when she was a fucking youngling. You know, and she spends all of the time pouting and shouting and acting like a fucking child. You know, it's got nothing to do with the fact she's black. She's a crap character. That's it. Right, and then my final thoughts is, you know, the bitch responsible for this, Kathleen Kennedy, as far as I'm concerned, she can stick a cock up her ass, connect it to a fucking car battery and jump in the bath. Because I'm sick and tired of that etch-a-sketch face bitch. Anyway, that's my polemic for the day. You know, I hope you've enjoyed that. Most of you will be thinking, what the fuck is he talking about? The Orville? What the fuck is the Orville? There's like green duck in it. What the fuck is Strange New Worlds? Look, you've got the internet. Go and fucking look it up. Look up the Orville. Fucking great. Strange New Worlds. Crap. And, fucking Obi-Wan. You know, basically the mental rape of Obi-Wan. That's bullshit. I'm done with that as well. You know, I'm done with all of these fucking Disney things. I mean, the Boba Fett thing apparently, he's basically a cameo in his own. Yeah. Apparently they're doing a TV series on Andor. You know, that Mexican character from Rogue One. Who wants to fucking see that? I mean, I'd rather watch the adventures of Muftak and Cabe. Who are Muftak and Cabe? Yeah, that's just being a fucking Star Wars fan, that is. Go and look them up as well. Most of you people that fucking watch Obi-Wan, you're a bunch of fucking idiots. Anyway, that's it. I'm done. I'm going to take my tablets, my Mogadon, chill out. Oh, Mogadon with a glass of champagne. I'm losing my fucking mind.